What's going on? How's everyone doing?
Shout out to Colin. Everybody else who's cool with Colin.
Chunky! I didn't say.
Get your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm ready.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? I hope you're having a great day so far. I've got a good one. Got a spicy one. Got a Karen in court, and she is not happy with the judge. She's not happy with her attorney. She's not happy with the entire process. Just a little backstory real quick. She received her third DUI. While she was on probation. And she's blaming the court for a probation violation for receiving her third DUI. Okay, now we get to watch the case. Before I hit that play button, you know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe to your jump kick backflips. Let's go.
We are here in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Shamika McCallie, case numbers 20-02124-FH and 25-02388-FH. And this hearing is being recorded on Zoom and live streamed on YouTube.
And this matter comes before the court today on Mr. Beeson's request to withdraw his counsel in this matter. That is also supported by a certified or a notarized letter I received from Miss McCallie requesting new counsel due to a breakdown in the relationship. I would invite counsel, will you please place your appearances on the record at this time?
Tiffany Burks on behalf of the people.
And Mr. Beeson, you're muted.
Sorry. John Beeson, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Beeson. Anything to add to the motion, Mr. Beeson?
No, Your Honor. Ms. McCauley is present, but she has her audio on.
Yes, no, that's fine. Any position from the people on the motion to withdraw his counsel?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Well, in that case, I will grant the motion to withdraw because Ms. McCallie has indicated a breakdown in the relationship. And Ms. McCallie, is it your intention at this point to request appointed counsel, or are you going to hire new counsel on your own?
This is a motion for me to get off probation, right?
I think there also is a motion to terminate probation in here. You know what? Let me handle the counsel one first so we can determine whether you're supposed to speak on your own behalf for probation. I had two motions, Mr. Beeson's motion to withdraw, and then also, yes, you're correct. Your next one up is yours to get from probation. So, what's your intention going forward with regard to an attorney?
I do not wish to have Mr. Beeson represent me, Your Honor. I made it clear to Mr. Beeson that I did not wish to sign a waiver, and he manipulated me into signing the waiver, did not give me a copy, and I had to obtain a copy of that waiver, which is why my case was bonded over. It has also been on my record that I have absconded for 2 years, and I've never ran. This is a major problem. It has stopped me from being able to better myself, Your Honor. I am very frustrated. I don't owe you guys anything. I don't owe you guys any community service, any money, and I am still being punished.
All right.
Your Honor, may I address that real quickly? Just so
Yeah,
there's
you
a
may,
clear
Mr.
record.
Beeson.
The record is, I have nothing to do with her previous, whether or not she has a notice on her file about fleeing. That was my concern. Secondly, Judge found over Ms. Cawley from the prelim. She signed a circuit court waiver. Her case is already bound over. And I explained to her that by signing the document, she did not have to attend in person for the plea not guilty from the circuit court judge. So I don't know if she understood that or not, but you can clearly see there's a breakdown. So I ask the court to grant my motion.
Yep, no, I can see the breakdown in the relationship. I will grant the motion and allow your withdrawal at this time, Mr. Beeson. And I'll ask you, Ms. McCallie, is it your intention to hire a new attorney, or would you like me to appoint an attorney or have the defender's office assign an attorney to represent you at this time at no charge?
No, I would like to get this motion going. I don't need an attorney. I'm not,
Yeah, I'll continue with your motion today. I'm just thinking going forward. And is this the only thing you're in front of me on, or is there, because my review of the case indicates there might be another case coming here.
Yeah, May 13th, the driving while intoxicated was bonded over for May 13th in front of you. Also,
Okay,
the
who's
reckless
representing you on
driving,
that one, Ms. McKaylee?
I am currently looking for someone to represent me. I have a lot of support. I am in the FIT program, and we are looking for an attorney to represent me in this situation. Also to take care of that absconding that was on my record. That has really put me in a bad situation.
Okay, all right. Well, what I have here is I extended, let's see, probation here for.
All right, quick question to all the legal professionals out there. Does absconding actually go on your record? I know it would go into the court file and it could impact sentencing and how the current case goes forward. But isn't it just the charge that's on your record? That's what employers can see. Do they actually see that you absconded from probation or bond? I guess that could be a possibility too. That doesn't make sense to me. But anyways, she wants to represent herself. Yeah, her motion to terminate probation. You gotta wait till you hear the story.
90 days because of that OWI that was pending in 61st and has now been bound over and will be in front of me in May. And I amended the discharge date from probation to August 23rd of this year based on that. And, based on the additional charge for OWI, I don't see any alternative here but to keep you on probation for that time. Are you still wearing the scram, Miss McKaylee?
I am, Your Honor, and I have been wearing it since November. I have no problem with wearing the scram. I am in cosmetology school because I tried to take CNA and I was denied because I was listed as absconded too for 2 years, which
Yeah,
makes
no,
my
I
guidelines
yeah.
go up, which is a major problem and it's not being acknowledged. So I need
You-
an attorney behind all of this stuff that's going on. The amended sentence was not represented to me. When it was represented to me, it was represented to me first without a signature by you. It's just been, I haven't got anything in the mail. Um, it's
Do
been a
we
lot.
have
I
a
have,
good mailing address for you, Miss McKaylee?
yes, you guys have a good mailing address for me.
What is your current address that we should send stuff to?
447 Quimby Street Northeast.
Okay, yep, that is what we show in the court record here. So that is good. We're at least sending stuff to the right location. What I will do, well, in the meantime, prior to that conference, and Mr. Beeson has represented you on that case up until this point. Now you don't have an attorney. What I will do is direct you to obtain an attorney within the next 2 weeks. Because we determined that conference you said is coming up on May the 13th. Yeah, so that's gosh, 2 weeks is just gonna put you a week before that. If you don't have an attorney prior to that date, what I will do is I will appoint a court-appointed attorney to represent you, so you have representation at that hearing. So today's order, though I'm going to keep you on probation, it will direct you to obtain counsel on the new case of your choice within 2 weeks, which would make it by let's see here, May the 7th, or I'll appoint counsel.
Your Honor, this case has been pushed out and it is hindering me. You guys extended my probation past my max date.
Nope,
You did not
I did,
extend
but
it for
given
30
the
for 90 for 60 days, you did it for 6 months.
Yep, well,
Um,
and given the circumstances, when I have because I do have you on probation, for OWI, and if that ever happens and I get someone else that picks up another OWI charge, I keep them. I'm not treating you differently than I treat anyone else. I do keep folks on probation, and it's mainly because I want to be able to monitor whether you're drinking and driving during the probationary period. If you were, then I would take the additional step of holding you in jail. You're not indicating any of those problems, and the scram, as far as I know, has been good for you. So I mean that you've been compliant with the scram conditions, which is a good thing. That gives me the assurance that the public's safe while you're out there while we get the new case worked out. So that's all information I can give you.
Judge Rossi, you also told me that you were going to release me from probation back in September, and that did not happen. Like, I am getting the runaround with you guys, and I do not feel like this has been fair. I am not disrespectful, so I'm not gonna question your authority during court. If you tell me something that you're gonna do, that's what I expect. That was supposed to be done before this event even occurred. The reckless driving was thrown out, so I don't even know why you guys would be coming at me for a DUI.
Okay, yeah, well,
Yeah, maybe because they suspect or you're alleged to have been driving under the influence. Yeah, so the reckless driving was thrown out. I don't know why that would be the case if the case is still ongoing. But yeah, you got a third DUI, and the judge, you said it multiple times yourself. This is why you need an attorney. You don't understand. She said that the judge would release her from probation back in September, when the judge said, "Yeah, I said you. It's not unusual for me to release you after 90 days if you follow the rules." This was in September. 90 days in September. 90 days after September. Yeah, that would be December. You got another DUI in November. Is it just me, or does this seem way too simple for her to be this confused and her to be this angry? She's not even. We haven't even seen the beginning of her anger yet. Let's go.
indicator I have here is that it's a reckless and an OWI in the 61st District Court. Is that what or did you just get bound over on the reckless?
I didn't get bonded. The reckless was dismissed.
I
With
see. But I still
prejudice.
have the OWI coming in front.
Right.
Yeah, no, and that's the more serious thing, and that's what's going to require, to be addressed by your lawyer.
Your Honor, I wasn't driving, so this is just hindering my life.
No, I get it. And I understand that pending charges and the absconding charge and all of those things have a serious impact on your life. And my flip side of it is, I do apologize. I know it can feel like the system kind of pushes and moves you around without much regard to what's really happening out there. However, I can tell you, from my perspective, particularly with OWI cases, I am in favor of resolving them. However, I've got to look at the, unique situation of the concern about public safety when I've got someone with OWI charges, because, as if you got behind the wheel drinking or having used something, as I describe it, it's like shooting a gun into a crowd. You might not hurt anyone, but then again, you might kill someone, and it's just too much of a chance for me as a judge to take. So I've got to be extra cautious with OWI charges, and I always am. Just for the public safety aspect. So that's the best explanation I can give you at the moment. However, once we get an attorney and we get that status conference, we can address those things in front of me. I can advise you, if you plead guilty on another OWI charge, the likelihood is that you'll remain on probation for an additional 3 years. That's my policy, at least on every OWI third charge that comes in front of me. So just so you're, got some parameters to think about going forward. And like I say, if you're successful hiring a new attorney, have that attorney file an appearance. If I don't see an appearance by a week before that status conference, I'll send it over to the county and have an attorney appointed.
If I'm not able to get counsel, I don't wish for nobody from the courts to represent me, Your Honor. I have no faith in you guys. for
No,
a
well,
very
and
valid
all I can tell
reason.
you is those offices are independent, the defender's office and our court-appointed counsel list. Other than the fact that we're all, well, I'm paid by the state of Michigan, but my staff and the rest of the court's paid for by the county, and the defender system is also paid by the state of Michigan and the county. However, we don't have any control. They should be an independent advocate for you. In other words, they don't work for me. They're there to represent you in the system. So, and I can tell you, you'll be much better off going forward with an attorney than going forward on your own, because the attorneys do.
You guys don't have me driving. This case is pointless. It's just holding up my life. That's all it's doing.
Yeah, no, and that is very much the effect of this type of
And you
charge.
guys extended my
They do.
probation past my max date, and I
They
don't
do.
owe you guys anything. I've done all my community service.
No, the number one concern here is the new charge. At this point, Ms. McKillian, we'll deal with that when I see you in May.
So the reckless driving, if they dismiss that, I don't understand why they're still pushing for the DUI.
Yep, that's a question for the prosecutor and for your attorney to discuss, either prior to that conference or at that conference. So, like I say, if you're successful hiring an attorney, have them file an appearance, and they can get talking to the prosecutor's office. If not, I'll get someone appointed. The faster that happens, obviously, whether you hire an attorney or reference to address your concerns.
So, okay, can you tell me about why you told me you were gonna let me off probation and did not do it?
Well, I can't tell you exactly because I unfortunately don't remember every single thing I say when I'm
But it
in
should be
court.
on record, Your Honor. It should be on record. We did
Yeah,
that
no, and
before.
I
I
do have
lost
the
my
one.
job behind being on scram again, like I told you it was gonna happen. And I lost my job and I was like, okay, that's fine. I got some health issues going on and I'm gonna be off probation so I can just sit down and go to school. I could not do that because of the absconding.
Yeah. Well, and I know
Then
why I
when it,
put you on the scram was because the
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 violation,
violation, right? That I can tell you. But I can't say, yeah, and I can
but you
say
didn't
that
take me off
obviously.
probation like you told me you would. You said if you do scram with no hiccups, I'm gonna take you off. That did not happen.
And I had you on scram starting on March 8th, and you've been on now for what are we at here?
March
We're not
8th. No. Your Honor, you put me
oh, that's
on
March
scram.
8th. Oh, I see. Yeah, when did we put the scram on? You said
I've been on
November.
scram this time since November. Before I got off scram in September and I was supposed to be let off of probation. That was what you told me in court. I told you I work at a medical factory and that I believe I will be let go because of this scram because it's a very conservative place. I was let go.
Yep.
When it came
No.
time for me to get off of scram off scram, I was told by Shannon that I'm not eligible to be let off of probation, which I don't understand why you would even tell me that.
Yep.
That
No.
feels as though it was to mislead me, so I would accept the scram. I did, which I've been on scram 4 or 5 times. I've never dropped dirty on scram.
Yeah. No.
Never. I am
That's
not being acknowledged for none of this time or none of this work that I'm putting in. My life is only being held up.
yeah. And I see what you're saying here because
I
you
put
started
myself
that
in treatment.
probation. Looks like on February 23rd, 22. Well, and the other explanation as to why I would have
22.
not let you off. Yeah, well, that's when this case started, right? When I put you on probation in the first place. Would have been February
This case is
22.
from 2020. Actually, 2019 is when the case was.
Yeah,
When
though
I
we
proposed.
probably entered the order, the plea resolving the case could have been 2022. Uh,
Okay, so what do I do about, I don't want to be disrespectful, but like, what do I do about you telling me one thing and that not happening?
All right, lady. You got a third DUI, or it's alleged. It hasn't been convicted yet. So she's been charged with a third DUI when you're on probation for a second. Come on. Like, you're this mad at everybody else, but you're not sitting there thinking, hey, I got a third DUI. Maybe I should fix something. Just saying. And yeah, I've already explained what she's talking about. She's wrong. At least from the way I understand what everyone's saying, she's wrong. In September, the judge said 90 days. It is not unusual for me to drop people from probation if they follow all the rules. 90 days in September. He took off your scram. He did say that. He didn't say he terminated your probation. He said 90 days that he usually goes out. And you picked up a third DUI. I'm guessing this is where her and her attorney were butting heads because she is not listening at all. And I'm going to guess that the attorney explained that to her. Just saying. All right. Still have a few minutes left. She's not finished.
Well, the only safe way, as I tell people in anything, is to have me reduce it to an order. There are two ways that can happen. I can do it on the record in court, and your attorney can obtain transcripts of what I say in court, and I do honor that. If I say it on the record in court, then I do follow what I said. And then second is, I do a written order. Sometimes your attorney will generate a written order for me to sign, and then we have it in the record. So then when I make a representation like that, and that again assumes nothing changed. And I look here and I say, well, what changed? And of course, the biggest change was you picked up that additional OWI.
That was 2 months after I was supposed to be already off.
Yeah, and I'm looking
And
at
it's not, I
this.
wasn't even driving. So it's just me being at a scene. You got my name coming up, and now because I have a history of DUI is really why I feel like you guys are coming after me. But that's personal feelings. And
Yeah,
I'm
well,
not
and I don't
gonna-
make the charge decision, that's entirely the prosecutor's office, and then it gets in front of me, and they'll give you an evaluation based on the facts of the case. It doesn't, just because you're charged with it does not mean, of course, that you'll ultimately be convicted of it. But, well, it is a pending charge, and because of the prior OWI, I need to be cautious and extend the probation.
But why didn't you follow your order of taking me off probation?
Well, I think the number one reason that I can give you on that was,
I didn't have a case when it
I
came
see,
time for
right,
me
well,
to get off
and
probation.
your probation would have ended with the scram is what you're saying. Well, and it's
In September.
right about the same time, because I put you on
No.
scram November. You'd have been on there for at least a couple of months till January.
Well, I'm talking about September of 2024. I was supposed to be off of probation, off of scram, done. That was the agreement you told me in court. You said, I feel like it's necessary for you to do scram. I told you then, I have done scram. I think then it was like 3 times. And I've
Yep.
never had no issue with scram. You said, well, you do scram this time and you have no hiccups. I am going to let you off probation. That did not happen. That was the first week of September when I questioned William Shannick about it because I was transferred back to him from Dominic Milton. He said, I remember the judge saying that in court, and he told me he was going to look into it. And then he said, oh, you're not eligible to be let off of probation early. So
Now she just contradicted herself. Now she's saying she got her scram in September. What is she? Am I the only one confused by this now? I think she just added a different. I think she's confused. I hope so, because I have no idea what's going on. I'm just gonna let the video play out. You guys tell me what you think. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I heard something wrong. I don't know. But yeah. Hopefully you guys like this. Hit that like button if you have. If you did, I would appreciate it. Thank you, and until next time. Bye.
that's where my frustration come in at.
Yeah, I
Again,
would
this case
understand it.
being
And
totally BS, and it's like really holding on my life and stopping me from being able to better myself.
no, I get it. And all those are valid considerations. However, the only thing I can posit there is that what got in the middle of this is we were coming close to the time when you would have been eligible because of the expiration of the 3 years of I put everyone that's an OWI third on 3 years of probation. Sometimes I let people off 90 days early from probation when they have a good record, and that's what would have happened had you
It didn't happen, is what I'm telling you. It didn't happen. This case is 2 months after I was supposed to be off of probation. You did not let me off.
Yeah, no, and the only thing I can tell you is what happened there is you picked up that
Your Honor, I picked it up 2 months after you told me you were supposed to let me off probation.
Well, that was contingent on nothing else happening, and when you
I
pick
was
up a new
supposed to be
charge,
off, Your Honor. You keep saying it's because of this new case.
yeah.
I was supposed to be off September. This case was caught at the end of October.
Yeah,
And
I
like I
get
said,
it.
I wasn't driving. I went and hired an attorney. He did not do what I told him to do.
Well, and I don't have any
Really
facts
feeling like
about
I
that
need to
new
get
case.
other people involved because this is ridiculous. You guys have
Well,
had me as absconded for 2 years. 2 years. I've been to jail. I've been in front of you. How is it possible?
yep, and
I
I'd have
am
to,
pissed. I'm not even gonna lie because I am trying to be better. I am trying to better myself to be a good example for my children, to make my life more financially stable, and you guys are hindering me.
well, and that I can certainly see how you'd have the feeling. However, I got to deal with the new charge that's in front of me, and that's what's gonna, kind of set the course.
Well, I have to go in front of you. I don't see why you're keeping me, why you're denying my motion to be off probation. I
Yep,
have to go in front of you. You guys dismissed the reckless driving, so I don't know how you're going to give me with a driving period because I wasn't driving. I was
well,
with
you're
a
gonna have
licensed
to.
driver, wasn't in a car or nothing.
I can't weigh in on that because I don't know any of the facts of the new case, but you're gonna have to address that with your new attorney.
Okay,
Good luck to you, Ms. McKaylee.
sure.